Hey everybody, this is Unit 4, Formative 2, Video 2, multiplying a monomial times a polynomial. Alright, so before we start doing this, we have to remember back to Formative 1 and how we actually multiplied when something had the same base. Remember, we multiplied the number out front, so we took 3 times 4 to give us 12, and then we added the exponents on the x's to get 11. Okay, so when we have something like this where 2x squared is the monomial, so 2x squared here is a monomial, it's one term, times a binomial, or in other words, a polynomial. Okay, we're going to take and multiply, distribute the 2x squared to everything in the parentheses. So we all know how to distribute. We all know how to take 3 times x plus 2 to get 3x plus 6. Okay, we all know how to do that. That's just distributing. We're doing the exact same thing. So now we're taking 2x squared times 3x to give me 6x to the third, because remember we multiply 2 times 3 and we add the exponents, and there's a 1 on this x here when you don't see anything. And then we take 2x squared times the 4. Okay, so we're going to add those because there's a plus sign. And then that would give me 8x squared because there's no exponents on the 4, so we just put the x squared after it. You can't just drop it, it still needs to be there. So we could multiply 2 times 4 and then just put the x squared there. And there is your answer. So you just multiplied a monomial times a binomial. All right, next one here we have 1/2 b, and then parentheses 10b minus 8 plus 3b. So when we see parentheses, remember we want to distribute to the things inside the parentheses. So we're going to take 1/2 b times 10b. Okay, well, multiplying by a half, so 1/2 times 10 is the same as multiplying by 10 over 1, or just taking a half of 10, so it's just 5. Okay, so 1/2 b times 10b is going to give me 5b squared, because remember there's a 1 on both these b's. Okay, and then same thing, 1/2 times 8 is going to be 4, because it's just like taking a half of 4, so minus 4b, and we got to put the b on the end. Okay, so we took 1/2 times 8, which gave me 4, and then I put the b on the end because there's just the 1b with the 1/2, and it's minus because of this sign right here, and then plus the 3b. Okay, now if you look at this problem closely, all right, we have like terms. We have a negative 4b and a 3b. So we're going to combine those like terms. The 5b squared stays the way it is, and negative 4 plus 3 becomes negative 1b. So there's your answer. Remember, minus 1 is the same as plus a negative 1. All right, here we have a monomial on the outside. Okay, negative 8x to the 4th, y squared is a monomial. It's not separated by any addition or subtraction signs. And then times a trinomial. There's 3 terms inside the parentheses here. So we still do the same process. We're going to distribute to everything inside. So we're going to distribute, multiply 3 different times. Okay, so we're going to take negative 8 times the 2 to give you negative 16. Okay, and then we're going to take the x's and add the exponents, so 4 plus 2 to give you x to the 6th, and then there's no y's in this one, but there are here, so we just have y squared. Okay, plus, all right, now we have negative 8 times 3 gives you negative 24. We could also just say minus 24. And then we have x to the 4th and x cubed, which gives you x to the 7th. And then y squared and y, which gives you y to the 3rd. Okay, and then finally, we have negative 8 and negative 9. Remember, it's a negative 9 because there's a minus sign here. Negative 8 times negative 9 gives you a positive 72. And we have x to the 4th and x, which gives you x to the 5th. And then we have y to the 2nd and 1st, so that gives you y to the 3rd. And there is your answer there. Okay, and you can't combine any of those together because they're all different exponents on the x's and y's. All right, and the last one here. Okay, this is like a double distributing problem because we have two different sets of parentheses. So let's distribute the first one first, the first parentheses first. So we have 2x times 4x squared. It's going to give you 8x to the third. 4 times 2 is 8. X times x squared is x cubed. Plus 2 times 6 is 12. X times x is x squared. And then 2x times negative 3 gives you negative 6x. Okay, now we're going to distribute the second set of parentheses. Remember, this is going to be a negative 2, so we make that a plus, make it a negative 2x squared. So we have negative 2x squared times 3x gives you a negative 6x cubed. Remember, add the exponents on the x's. And then negative 2x squared times negative 6, because this is negative here, gives you a positive 12x squared. Okay, now we look for any like terms. So there's an 8x cubed and a negative 6x cubed. That gives you 2x cubed. A 12x squared and a 12x squared gives you a 24x squared. And then just minus the 6x because that doesn't go with anything. All right, so first we distributed both parentheses and then we combined our like terms. Remember, when you're distributing, you add exponents because you're multiplying, and when you combine like terms, all you do is add the numbers out front. You don't change the exponents. All right, and that is it for multiplying a monomial times a polynomial. We will see you later.